A very good morning to you this Thursday, the 15th of October. I'm Jessica Amir, a market analyst with Bell Direct. Well, there's lots to go through, so bear with me. US equities pulled back for the second straight session overnight as investors came to grips that an American coronavirus stimulus deal won't be reached before the November 3 presidential election. And the reason for that was because US Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin said in black and white it's becoming increasingly difficult to get a deal done. The benchmark S&P 500 fell 0.7%, the Nasdaq down the most 0.8%, and the Dow 30 down the least 0.6%. As for company earnings results that came through overnight, well, a bit of a mixed bag of results, which also weighed on equities as well. We saw Goldman Sachs report stronger than expected numbers, driven by strong bond buying and trading revenue, and Bank of America's earnings beat expectations as well, but their revenue missed the mark, and as a result, their stock fell about 5%. As for Wells Fargo, their bank, their shares fell about 6% as third quarter earnings missed expectations, with the bank blaming lower interest rates, that's why their results missed expectations. As for commodities, we saw the oil price lift over 2% for the second straight day. It's now nudged over $41.11 US a barrel. The gold price has firmed 1% higher to $1,905 US a ounce. And as for local trade, well, the futures are suggesting a pullback of 0.2% today, and if that comes to fruition, it'll trim off some of this week to date gain of 1.3%. That's so far how much we've gained from Monday to Wednesday. But there's a lot to factor in today and a lot to watch. One of the big items to watch is the future for coal exports to China. Now, BHP confirmed yesterday that Chinese customers have deferred orders for their coal, just a day after reports came through that China has stopped taking shipments of Australian coal. Now, BHP did make the announcement at the AGM today, and the federal government is investigating. As for AGMs today, well, there's a couple to watch out for, including AD8, ARB and PPT. As for results coming through today, Alumina is reporting production results, AWC, as well as Whitehaven coal, which will be interesting on the back of these allegations from China. On the economic news side of things, unemployment data out today. Unemployment expected to weaken and rise from 6.8 to 7.1%. And the reason for that is 35,000 jobs are expected to have been lost in the month of September amid Victoria, the second most populated state in Australia, being in lockdown. Also, keep your eyes peeled for that better or weaker number at 11:30. So we're looking for the headline unemployment rate. On the other side of the spectrum today, data from the Australian Banking Association tells us that repayments have resumed for about half of the deferred loans in Australia as Australians recover from the pandemic. So a good sign that Australians are getting back on their feet. As for trading ideas that could be worth a look, well, Afterpay APT had its price target increased to $121 by Bell Potter. Now, that's the most bullish target in the market, but do keep in mind earlier this year, Morgan Stanley gave a bull 20% case for APT shares, reaching $242.80 if Afterpay can replicate its Australian success in Canada and the US and also cement itself in China. Now, RBC also increased Afterpay's price target yesterday to $107, but we've not yet heard from the other brokers, but expect more upgrades given Afterpay has indeed passed the external money laundering AUSTRAC audit, with the body saying that it won't investigate Afterpay further. So a huge milestone. On the flip side, we saw UBS restamp Zip as a sell with a $5.50 target. We know Zip's results yesterday at face value was strong. All key metrics were up and improved, but Zip's results were weaker than the market was expecting, given that they've taken over the US company QuadPay. UBS says although Zip's balance sheet and risk metrics continue to improve, what's alarming is its transaction frequency is lower than expected, so hence the sell on Zip. And following CSL's AGM yesterday, Citi maintained the blood therapy business as a buy with a $325 target, with the market purely focused on FY21. Stronger demand for plasma and blood therapies, while Seqirus is expected to benefit from strong demand from vaccines, given in part by the government wanting to protect their populations from the flu amid the COVID-19 pandemic. And lastly, keep your eye on Adairs, ADH, Whisper, WSP and NF Group, all showing bullish charting signals according to Trading Central. I'm Jessica Amir with Bell Direct. Stay safe. Happy trading.